Hey guys. So I want to start off, since the last time I spoke, I want to start off by saying how proud I am of myself. I was in a rough spot for a while, and although I can honestly say I have not fully crawled out from that pit that I dug myself, I can say I am making steps towards a better me. And acknowledging the journey that I'm on and pushing aside the childish behavior, the terrible impulses that prolonged me coming off just as a terrible person. I have been making leaps towards what I feel is the better version of me. I have cut back on a lot of stuff. I have been socializing more in a more productive way. I know in the one video I said this year I got diagnosed with manic, and manic. I feel like just adds on to my impulsive behavior already, and I'm overall sporadic. I have ADHD. I have depression. So the way I see it is, why not take advantage of the mental drawbacks that are seen as drawbacks and instead put it towards something that makes you happy. So I'm working around the manic, and it's been interesting. It's been interesting. So a couple weeks ago, I had this idea. I was just going to. I have podcast equipment for the videos I do now, where I cry about my feelings. And instead, I had an idea while I was at work. Why don't I just interview bands? And I've been doing that, and it's been helping me get out in the communities more. It's adding conversation to places that I thought I exhausted. You know, you go to concerts, you go to conventions, and I'll be honest with you, the majority of those moments and that time spent at those places, I'm either standing around looking for the next thing to do, or I spend a quarter of the time listening to the music. Or conventions, I'm checking out vendors, or I'm just hanging out with people in general. So now I want to do something with that time. I want to be part of a bigger community that I've never considered myself to be a part of. I've always dipped my toes into different genres and different topics, and I've always loved it. I've always loved being slightly part of something. And with the right motivation and the right impulse that I have been having, uh, I have been planning to go to more concerts, more local, but I'd like to do more if I can afford it. Uh, Anime conventions. Sci-Fi Con Part 2 is coming out this year. It's in October. Check it out, Altoona, PA. That one's always a fun one. I do not know the lineup for the celebrities. I think it's people from Z Nation. I've never watched it. But earlier this year was Twilight, the Twilight cast. And they were amazing people. And earlier this year, I went to it's called Happy Valley Comic Con. It's out in State College. And it was such an unforgettable experience. I got to talk and hang out with two voice actors that are part of like my most favorite animated shows. John Allen. He was he was Mr. Poopy Butthole in Rick and Morty, and he was a great dude. He that outward experience. Ooh, and Dr. Venture from the Venture Brothers. That was amazing. It was crazy to be sitting at a bar and staying till close to close to talk to these two people, and they actually motivated me to take up voice acting lessons because they are such great people, and I would someday love to be in a position where I am on the other side of that table at these conventions, talking to people that just know me from something. I feel like my life has been drifting a lot lately. And I see these opportunities, and they're out there. They're out there to do just about anything you want. You can do whatever the hell you want, and that's amazing. Like I don't know if it's anxiety for people or what. The band interview stuff, I just decided to do it. And within 3 hours, I was already packing up stuff, and I left. I went down. I've been going to McGarvey's Bar out in Altoona, and they have music almost every single month, and the genres vary. It's there was a few bands I really like. Abstentious, young band, great dudes, real fun to hang out with. The Energy from Grimm and the Reapers, they were great. I interviewed a band called The Queers, Mashed Brotato, Academy Order, A Starlight Gray, Empty Mag, so many. Okay, so many to name. If you check out my other links and playlists, I am doing the band interviews, and I'm planning on doing more interviews with the anime community, the cosplay community, and that excites me so much. That you have no idea how much I want to be part of something bigger than a place like where I'm at. I have very high anxiety. I am trying my best to get through my own issues. In the last video, I talked about I had drinking problem. I had a huge drinking problem. I was careless. I can honestly tell you right now, I did not care as much about what would happen to me or others, and it affected a lot of people, and it made me it made me feel out of place in my own skin. It didn't feel like that was the person I was. And I decided, after losing so many people due to poor behavior and poor choice making and drinking heavily influenced my decisions. It made me out to be someone I'm not proud of. And I have been making leaps, and I have some best friends that are still, they've been making jokes about it. They've been making jokes about it to me, and I'll be honest, before it wouldn't have bothered me as much, because of course whenever I heard those jokes, I was already buzzed or drunk. So now I'm doing better. I'm doing so great. I'm limiting my drinking. Whenever I went to the bars, I'd always spend more than $50. It was mostly on me. And now if I go to a bar, I'll probably stay for a couple hours, but I will probably only have one or two low alcohol content at the beginning of me being there. And now it's different. Now I'm staying there casually, and I drink water most of the night. I wasn't happy about my behavior, and I needed to change it, and that was running through my head all the time. Like, you cannot act this way. You need to be better. And the alcohol and everything else made me feel like the better version of me was the piece of shit that everyone could easily make me out to be. And I gave into that. I gave into that every single time. I gave into it every single day. I made immoral choices. I broke hearts. I betrayed trust. And opinions of me quickly shifted into a version of me that I could honestly say never existed, but did. So, I am doing so much better. I am surrounding myself by so much positivity, when before I was comfortable sinking. I let myself drown in the problematic behavior, and I found comfort in it. I ignored real life issues and the feelings of others to make sure I was having a good time. And that's not me. It's not me. And I appreciate a select few great friends that are still there for me. Some that are willing to give me that chance, and I really wish some of the other ones that mean so much to me still um, would also give me another chance. And I'm gonna say this right now: I've spent a lot of time in my life begging for more than one chance, and you eventually get tired of it. You eventually need to make that change. You need to stop giving into that behavior and assuming everyone will be cool with it, because they won't be. That's a huge bit of advice I have to anyone who is not proud of the person they are based on the decisions they make. I honest to God think that there are better versions of you, and you need to find them, and you do not have to do it alone. You really don't. You can make those changes, and you can accept the help from others. And before, I rejected that idea. I rejected the idea of ever accepting help from anyone, ever. And then I got it. I finally understood. People weren't just saying those things because I wanted to hear it. They said those things because they care about me. And if there are people in your life and you're struggling to get through it, I promise you, you need your people. If there's any kind of negativity that you have rolling around in your head, or it's coming from some other source, learn to push it away and replace it with something way better, and that is love. I get so much love from so many friends, and I undermined it for years, and now whenever it got really bad and I realized there were still people that stayed, I realized I couldn't screw this up again. I couldn't. I love these people. I love my friends. I love my best friends. I love my close friends. They have done more for me than I could ever do for them. And that's not to say I don't go out of my way for the people I care about. And I'm sorry if I'm not 100% always there. But there are a lot of moments where I did get the help I needed by just having a friend there. Always reach out. Always, always reach out. Always talk to your friends. Do not close yourself off. Do not push people away. You need them. You need them. You need those people. That's what this is all about. The friendships you make, the the love you have, what have you. It gets better. It gets so much better. And all you have to do is change your perspective on your life. You have to make changes, though. Do not assume taking it all out on yourself is going to fix it. It's an endless pit. It is. It doesn't stop. And the more you dig deeper, the longer it'll take to get out of it. And that's where your head needs to be. You need to understand you will get out of it. I took so much out of myself, and it was all my fault. And now I'm trying to do better. And It's not even for other people. It's for me. It's for yourself. You need to be better for you. And if people can't accept that you are a different person, or you're trying to be, you might not need them. If you went out of your way to try to communicate with those people and tell them you're different, knowing you are making those changes, they won't listen. They have a picture of you and it's forever ruined. And if you can't change their mind, at least do it for you. Don't do it for other people. Find yourself. Do your thing the best way you possibly can. Find the best version of you. Perfect it. And never stop. Never stop growing. Never stop learning. And take your time every day. Spend a lot of your time thinking. It's such a beautiful experience to not only understand yourself, but to act on it. Once you find the better version of yourself, you meet more lovely people. It's beautiful. It's such a remarkable experience. I don't even know how to describe it to you. You have to experience it for yourself. And I was low. And that's not me comparing my depression or dark moments to other people's. Everyone goes through their own shit on their own time in their own life. Do not compare your depression to others. Do not undermine the importance in their lives whenever they're down. Don't do that. You can relate to someone. Do not go into it saying, I was worse off. No, I can't handle much. I'm going to say that right now. I can't handle much. And it gave me all the opportunities in the world to hate myself. And I'm telling you right now, at 30, going on 31 here in 3 days, I'm tired of the old me. And I am so thankful for the people that stood by me and let my true self come out. Because those people I will never forget. They will always hold a place in my heart. And I love that so much. So thank everyone for being there for me when I needed them. And even the times I didn't and they were still there, I don't forget it. I don't forget those moments. So, thank you for listening. Life will have so many ups and downs. But when you have those ups, it is the most exciting part. I would take all those downs again if it meant feeling as happy as I do right now, knowing that stuff happened to me and knowing I did that stuff. I'm not happy about any of that, but I'm happy knowing that what came out of it was a new Nathan. And everyone can do it. So, thank you for listening. I don't normally do a lot of positive ones. So, thank you. Thank you to anyone that's listened. Again, I'm going to start doing band interviews. I'm going to start doing cosplay interviews, just about anything I can think of. And if you're part of a band and you're in the area and I have not gotten you yet, I'd like to sit down with you. Like, we'll do a quick 20 to 30 minute video. Put a face to the bands, the cosplayers, all of it. It's great. Thank you for listening. I'm glad this was a positive one. You think I'm not tired of crying on camera every so often? But yeah, thank you, everyone. Love you.